Hey, welcome back, multifamily investors. Wow, look at this market watch stat. Only 5 new listings came on, but we had 9 go pending. So a -4 loss of deals to consider here on our market. Again, keep in mind, this is all of my MLS I watched for multifamily in the last 24 hours, where over here I'm just watching the 5 main counties that I do, which are King, Kitsap, Snohomish, and then down here I group Thurston together. So we do have, and these consider back on market deals, which this says 0, but most of these should be kind of new then, or price reduction or something like that. Okay, that's how they hit my active searches here. So let's dive into this. One duplex in King. See, this is 156 days on market. So you're talking 5 months. Seattle, South Seattle. Looks like a nice property. Looks more like a single family with probably an ADU. I don't know if it is a true duplex. It says a 3-bed, 2-bath, and a 2-bed, 1-bath. 1953 does look nice, but that seems kind of, yeah, it's a total flip. So we see in basically all newer rehab properties, white cabinets, laminate flooring. Plank flooring. Sorry. Stainless steel appliances. Yeah, it looks like it's probably a single family. With Beacon Hill, $1 million. Boy, I don't know. Good luck with that. All right, 3 duplexes in Pierce. So we got some in Gig Harbor. People like that spot, and some in South Tacoma. These are all new because one day on market. And Puyallup. Let's see what they are. Gig Harbor. So let's see. This is a 2-bed, 1.5 bath, 910 square feet. Yep. It's on sewer. Nice. 84. Nice. This is about the going rate for a duplex, a decent duplex in Gig Harbor right now. Like this style. It's not townhome style. Side-by-side Rambler. 1,000 square foot units. Fireplace. A little dated. But you could rent this thing out tomorrow, no problem. Looks clean. Probably want to do some new flooring. They did this thing back in some of the times in the 70s and 80s. I don't know. They had the sink outside, like the bathroom. It's just kind of weird, right? But a little pop out there in the bedroom. Has this track lighting. Little wall heater there, you can see. Looks like it has a probably has the original windows from what I can tell. Not bad. Some wear on the counter there. But this is still just a very, very rentable, good house hacking property. These are the pop-outs we saw in the bedrooms. Little deck is nice, covered deck area. It's a huge yard. A lot to maintain. Looks like they probably cleaned it up though. So nice property. It's not going to pencil though. I can tell you right off the bat, they just don't. $800. Somebody was there. So I don't know what those pictures are for. They look pretty vacant, but if those are current leases, you're obviously probably going to have to ask this person to leave, bump this one up. You can live on one side, but as a non-owner occupied investor like myself and a lot of you, this is very far from penciling, unfortunately, because it's a great property, probably in a great location. You're probably going to have to put down more than 25%, like close to $250 down to get it to pencil. But long term, we're not buying for one day. We're not buying for a year, most cases, right? We're buying for the long term, 3, 5+ years. It takes time to build these, get these rents up. You might have to put some more down, maybe do a cash out refi later, pull some of that equity out, put it on another property. But this is the game in Washington. If you want a good property in a good area, a good market coming up, it's gonna lag for a bit, but over the long term, it's gonna be nice. Here's one in Tacoma. Downtown duplex, 1895. Haven't seen something sub 1900 in a while, but that's what you get when you're in the heart of Seattle and Tacoma. A lot of old 100-year-old plus properties. There's a studio, 1-bed, 2-bed. Again, if you watch my channel a lot, it's not a bad thing. I typically don't like stuff pre-50, 55-ish, just because of the systems. But if this property has been totally gutted to the studs, new electrical, new plumbing, it looks like it's obviously been updated, but that doesn't mean anything electrical plumbing wise has been updated. You can't assume just because it's been new cabinets and everything. Well, they put in double washer. That's pretty good for a triplex. They're not coin operated though. That is a questionable other studio. Who knows? Again, if the electrical and the plumbing, sewer line's been updated in the last 30 years, 40 years maybe even, then it's not bad. But if it's all got some knob and tube, some galvanized pipe, it can look pretty outside, but you've got a big capex to plan for down the road, potentially. But $550 for 3 units, assuming that's a legal studio. It's fine. It says duplex, right? So this is not a triplex, even though they're saying 3 units. We'd have to look at it closely, but for that area, $550 is not a bad price for a lot of duplexes in Tacoma. And this is that same Airbnb I've covered in other videos that they're trying to get, nearly $900,000 for. This is pretty much the same looking Rambler that was in Gig Harbor for $675. And Dallas doesn't command $200,000 more than Gig Harbor by any means. So that one's going to probably sit. We have a quad in Des Moines, came on the market. Des Moines is just south of SeaTac Airport, between Federal Way and the airport. If you don't know our area very well, 4-plex below market rents, of course, like they all are. 1967. It's on sewer, all 2-bed, 1 bath, all 1,000 square feet, ranging from $1,350 to $1,650. So there's a nice little flag of potential there, probably. Depends if that's the nicest unit out of all 4. Looks like it has good parking too. Flat roof. In the end of the day, but this is what happens with flat roofs. You get pooling of water, which then again can lead to leaks if you don't maintain these. These membranes should be recoated and surfaced, 10, 15 years, I think. My opinion. I like that they have little decks, little yard space. This is the 60s look, this rock. I'm just checking out the floor. It looks like skinny units. I don't know what's going on here. Some work being done. Didn't get finished. Maybe they had a leak. Oh, they put in double vanities in that unit. That's pretty nice, but this is odd. It looks like it was where the shower was. I don't know. It looks just kind of interesting. Well, the shower's there, but we usually don't see tiled up around the toilet like that. Full-size washer dryer. Looks like it does need some new carpet, or the tenant's been there a long time. Kitchens are kind of tight. You're gonna get some airplane noise in this area as well, which is, can be a deterrent to some people. Yeah, that carpet looks like it's been there a while. So that tent's probably been there a long time. Borderline hoarder, which is, I've had hoarders before. Doesn't mean they're bad tenants. They just like to keep a lot of junk, and it can create mold issues. It looks like there's maybe some mildew here, mold up in the corner. That's from tenants not using their fans or getting good circulation. This one looks a little rough. Yeah, it's a little rough around the edges. But for $1 million for a 4-plex in Des Moines, I can tell you right now, that's going to go really quick, or at least get on the market, because somebody's going to tie it up really quick. They even set a review date. I think they know that's a very competitive price for a 4-plex with all 2 beds that size in King County. So too bad they're not offering like seller finance or something. That would be a better deal. But we could always pitch that as an option. You never know. I'd have to dig into the scenario and see what's going on with their debt. Kitsap triplex. This is the price reduction one. Rebecca toured this with a client. I can't remember the exact reason that was turning them off from this one. I'd have to go back and check my notes, but it is just a price reduction. It's not a bad area, and it's next to kind of an open spot there. I think it's a 0 lot line on that side. 1916, but that's a pretty good price for 3 units in Bremerton. Let's see, we've got that was a Kitsap, the triplex in Pierce County. Tacoma, Looks like it's been on the market 2 months. Come back on. The model triplex in Browns Point. Yeah, I think it's been on and off a few times. Huge 5-bedroom and 2 4-beds. Like, man, I do not recommend you have units that size like in a property like this. And I could explain in greater detail why I'm even hesitant at 3 beds sometimes. You're going to have a lot of people living there and a lot of vehicles and a lot of noise and a lot of pets and a lot of wear and tear on a 5-bed property and a 4-bed with 2 4-beds. Now, if it was a 4-bed or a 5-bed and the others were like 1-beds, maybe you can make that work. But this is a lot of residents all on the same property, typically. And I say typically. Okay. Triplex, that was the Pierce. Nothing 5 units or more. No seller finance, multifamily. There are seller finance single family available. If anybody's ever interested, nothing in Thurston. If anybody wants to see some seller finance possible deals to turn into rentals, let me know. I do track those as well. Obviously, they don't usually pencil. It's, again, even more difficult to get a single family to pencil than multifamily, but there are some single family, 119 in all of our MLS right now. Now, all of our MLS stretches pretty far out to ocean shores and stuff in some places, some of these listings, but 119 seller finance opportunities. And look at the days on market on these. So this screams like opportunity right here to make some lowball offers and type. You want a nice little rental in Bonnie Lake for $385? You're gonna spend the market a year, for example. Fix this thing up, and I don't know, maybe there's a deal there for somebody for the right buyer. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.